Okay, you want the most expert takes on Twitch? Here you go, boys. All right. 3.16 balance. Part 1. Flasks and ailment mitigation. Yeah, it's completely f***ed because the flask system's okay, let's be honest here. In Path of Exile Scourge in our October 3.16 expansion, we're making a number of changes to help improve our characters mitigate ailments, use flasks, and build defense of their characters. Also addressing extreme power of auras and curses in parties. Aura bots are dead. They've already confirmed it right here. Aura bots are dying. We're changing elemental overload and elemental equilibrium and massively buffing elemental damage over time to be less dependent on them. EE min-max was some of my favorite shit. Wait, what? They're nerfing EE? Today we're talking about element mitigation and flask improvements. Oh man, hopefully there's another flask redesign. Dude, I'm praying to God for another flask redesign. I hope they don't just go back on it and go back to the old dog shit flask system. I'm looking for like, bro, remove flasks from the game and just make their effects passive. In 3.15, we changed how flasks prevent ailments and curses on you. It didn't provide enough reasonable alternatives for mitigating ailments. True. Solution: introduce a large number of options and improve existing options for characters to deal with ailments. Purity of Elements Aura now grants you and nearby allies are immune to... What? You and nearby allies are immune to all elemental ailments? What the fuck? Wait, Temper Shield. Wait, how much does it reserve? Because this is Temper Shield is OP as fuck already, right? The reason why I was gonna say it's OP is because you already use Temper Shield in like every build ever, and now it's like a no-brainer. But actually, it's actually kind of probably a nerf to Temper Shield. Alright, this might actually be a fucking nerf, right? Utility Flask now have the grant immunity to ailment during flask effect, but lessen the duration of the flask if used while an ailment is active. So they're just going back to the old. They're just going back to the old setup. So the Brine King now grants cannot be frozen instead of you cannot be frozen if you've been frozen recently. Big buff to Brine King. Big buff to Brine. Wow, big buff. Because that's already a super viable fucking pantheon that everyone uses anyway. All the stun annies. Grant Soul of Yugul no longer grants 50% chance to reflect enemy chills and freezes. That was so cringe. That didn't do shit. Instead, now grants 50% chance to reflect hexes. And you and your minions take 50% reduced oh shit! You get an extra 25% reflect damage, which means you can just do that in a chest piece. Wait, you can literally be reflect immune with just this pantheon and like 3 points on the tree. And now you're literally fucking reflect immune. And on top of that, you have 30% reduce of curses on you. And on top of that, 50% of curses don't even hit you, and you actually curse them. Soul of Grakathun no longer grants 5% to evade attack hits when you've taken a savage hit recently. Instead, it gives you 60%. Oh, shit! 60% reduced effective shock on a minor permanently, dude. 50% multiplied by 0.4. So it means the maximum shock that you could get done to you is 20% shock. So they could do 20% more damage if you just spec that instead of 50% more damage. So it's pretty massive. Just use Temp Shield, but then you gotta reserve your mana, dude. Alright, flasks. Alright, here we go, boys. Many flask modifiers grant buffs during flask effect, which isn't well suited to life mana flasks, short and reactive nature. Basically, what would happen is you would use your mana flask, and then your mana goes back to full, and then it turns off instantly, right? So then your effect, your like blanket is like up for like 2 seconds, or like 500 milliseconds, right? And so they're gonna make it so when you use it, it doesn't just go turn on for a second then turn off. It's gonna like you'll get a buff that lasts a fucking long time, right? Recover an additional 40% life over 10 seconds if used while not on full life. Yo, that one's kinda good. I mean, these are kinda dog shit, eh? I'm gonna be honest, these are kind of dog shit. Like, how often are you fucking maimed or hindered? Utility flasks are usually used proactively, but ailment protection modifiers introduced in 3.5 worked by reacting to an ailment on you. Solution: replace the ailment removal modifier on used utility flasks with one that grants ailment immunity, but lessens flask duration. Solution: go back to the old flood system, but just make it a little bit shittier. Okay. Immunity to bleeding and corroded blood during flask effect. Lessens duration. Immunity to poison. Lessens duration, etc. Shock, ignite, freeze. So it's literally... So they buff the duration on flask. So they're reducing the duration if you use the immunity. But ultimately it means it's the same as it used to be. So it's basically like the old flask system. I think this is a step backward. Like, I think any changes to Path of Exile flask system to try and make it better was a good step, even though they kind of stepped that way and they kind of fucked it up. But now they're just stepping backwards to back how it used to be. Whereas I think they should step forward again and just fuck with flasks again. Just keep fucking with flasks until they get a system that's not dog shit. Problem, utility flask is sustainable with enough character damage and clear speed, but there aren't any easy ways to sustain utility flask for less powerful characters. Solution, add new modifiers and improve existing modifiers on flasks that affect duration or charge gain. Add some new passive skills to help sustain flasks. Extend the base duration of utility flasks, reduce how often they need to be used. Wait, does that mean we get to have these on the autocast? Wait, we can, right? Quicksilver, Diamond, Granite, Jade, Quartz now last 6 seasons. Previously 4. Ruby, Sapphire, Topaz, Aquamarine, Sulfur. Wait, what the fuck? That's so big. Quicksilver getting buffed from 4 to 6 is so big, dude. So reduced is the additive reduction, whereas less is the multiplicative reduction. So they're making sure you never, yeah, so you can't like stack, you can't stack additive increase to flask duration to then completely cancel out dying sun reduction, so then have crazy uptime. So now they're making sure it's a multiplicative reduction. It doesn't matter what you do, it always gets fucked. Which is, I mean, I guess, yeah, they're balancing it. Add multiple tiers to most flask modifiers. At higher levels, flasks now have much more powerful effects available. Flask modifiers that increase armor and evasion are now weaker at their first tier, as the changes to armor and evasion make them more powerful. These changes allow us to restore some of the power that was removed from Flask 3.15 without affecting the early to mid game so much. Oh shit! 50% of life recovery is applied instantly, 36 to 39% reduced amount. 135% increased life recovery rate at level 79. Wow, that's like a giga bubbling. It's like, so they got like, you got like giga bubbling life flasks. Fuck, this is gonna be kind of annoying now, bro, because you're gonna have to pick up high eye level flasks. And you can't use the flask quest hand-ins because they're gonna be low eye level, so like you're gonna get shit rolls. Also, the item slot intended to enhance flasks, but only have a limited list of modifiers that actually affect the flask in the modifier pool. Solution, add more tiers to modifiers on belts, and move flask effect modifier out of the influence modifier pool into the base modifier pool from belts. Oh no, bro! Trying to get res belts is gonna be so hard now. 40% increased flask charges gained. That's pretty decent. Flask duration 33%. That's also pretty fucking good. And then 12% flask effect is obviously pretty busted. So like those three, I'd be happy to see. I think these two not so much. Life recovery flask are by far the most reliable tool for survivability, as the total life recovery from flasks is reducible but spread over a long time. Solution, keeping the total life recovery from life flasks the same, but half the amount of time for this to occur. Oh wow! So they're doubling the healing over time. Honestly, that's gonna be bubbling is gonna be meta now. Yo, true. Blood of the Carry would have been insane, bro. Blood of the Carry would have been insane. What do they do to it? They nerfed the fuck out of it, right? Blood of the Carry now reduces. Now it's 30 to 35% reduced recovery rate. That's still an insane buff. It's doubling the healing over time you get from Blood of the Carry, which is already fucking. Will you press that shit? And your health goes, zip, right? So now it's gonna go. Zip. Problem: there are no accessible tools for the player to change their method of gaining charges on kills. Well, so their slow playstyle. Solution. Oh wait, are they gonna give a passive? Wait, they're gonna make everyone in the game into a pathfinder? Is that what they're about to say? They're about to say that. The rework of the survival jewels available through the Sacred Ground quest allows you to gain charges another way, or reducing the charges from the kills. These designs are in progress. Oh shit! So they're gonna give you flask charges passively over time. I mean, this is gonna be insane for bosses, chat. Think about it. If you're fighting a boss and you've got flask charges coming back the whole time, versus some other Andy who's not getting that, I mean, fuck, you're way better off. Rangers don't have a form of life recovery they excel at, while most of every other core character has a signature special recovery method. Solution, find a new way of improving passive skills, specializing the recovery charges. Life and mana. Wait, so Rangers just get free mana back now and free life blast back now? Added life regeneration if you use a life blast in the past 10 seconds. And mana gained on hit with attacks if you use the mana blast in the past 10 seconds. That's pretty fucking insane. What? I don't like the flask changes. I like the range of flask changes, and I like the passive regen flask changes. But but I don't like that. I don't like that they've just gone back on and gone to the old flasks. That's cringe as fuck. I think they should have continued down the path of innovation and tried to like fix flasks fundamentally in Path of Exile. I don't like that. But what I do like is, I mean, I like the ailment changes. The ailment changes are really nice. I mean, they're basically making the game easier. Right? I mean, what do you guys think about that? What's your guys' take? I mean, overall, I think I like it being more convenient to get ailment mitigation because it was so to get it, and it was so mandatory. So I like that you can get it more easily. But and I'm not a huge fan of flash changes. But I mean, I'm neutral to them. I just don't like the direction they're heading.
Because he is
God gamer. God gamer. God gamer.